Welcome back to Christ Church, Indianapolis. I am with Joe Swimmer, who is the new Executive Director of the Consortium of the Endowed Episcopal Parishes, correct?
Right.
So how have you liked the job so far?
Oh, wow. It has been, as they say, drinking from the fire hose, learning, and getting to know people around the church, and building up those connections to help them build connections amongst themselves. It's really exciting.
So we have a few questions we've asked every one of our guests. What's your favorite music or band or podcast? Because Andrea.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, church nerd in me. I love any of our hymns. Done by there's
Scott Gunn answer.
Yeah, there you go. There's a collection out of England of the English hymnal where they've gone to different cathedrals and they sing different of the. It's awesome. But I also like Ren Collective. Which is one of the sort of new agey Christian bands out of England, which is great. And then, anything that's more folk rock. So we go all the way back to Peter, Paul and Mary, to Mumford and Sons, or any of that sort of thing.
So what's your favorite aspect of the Episcopal Church?
Oh, wow. Well, growing up in the church, I was in a little mission when I was young, and then grew into a big parish in Tulsa, and so I think it's the variety of our styles, but that they all come together in this interesting way. Oklahoma is not where you find a lot of Episcopalians, but we had a vibrant, energetic, family-oriented community in this mission that I grew up in. And then we went off to summer camp and did Narnia camp. I mean, how nerdy is that, right? And then in high school, in a big parish in Tulsa, and although they had different flavors to their worship, there was this constant thread through it, and that you could always recognize, and you always knew that you were in something special. And I think that's what keeps attracting me.
And on the opposite end, what's your least favorite aspect of the Episcopal Church?
It's the way that we can bicker. We find ourselves bickering far more often than I would hope for. And sometimes you just want to say, take a step back and let the Spirit, let the Spirit infuse this conversation, and let's not be thinking of how we're different, but how we are the same.
Yeah, that's something we all need to remember.
Right.
And what excites you about the Episcopal Church going forward?
The innovation that we're starting to see out of our seminaries, in our junior clergy, the things that they're doing at the parish level. And I think that's what's exciting about what we're seeing in the CEEP parishes. There is so much innovation that's taking place down at the ground level that you might not see if you were the New York Times religion reporter looking at the Episcopal Church writ large. And that's the future. That's where we're headed with some of these terrific new ways of doing ministry.
So what would you tell a parish, why should they join CEEP, and what's the benefit of being a CEEP member?
Right. CEEP is a vital connection between parishes across dioceses and geographies and parish sizes and profiles. And there are three ways that I like to describe it. It's connection, collaboration, and content delivery. We're about connecting people in and amongst themselves into a network where they can be supportive so that they can collaborate with each other, and then deliver the content, the thought leadership, the best practices that they need to really make their parish thrive in this modern era.
And where can people find out more about CEEP?
They can go to endowedparishes.org, all one word, endowedparishes.org, and I'm going to be out there talking to folks, trying to meet with as many of our members and potential members as possible. So coming to see you all soon. But it's really an exciting time. Talk to some of our members. You can find a list of our members at endowedparishes.org and go and talk to one of them about what it is that attracts them to being part of CEEP.
So yesterday was day one of Missional Voices. Today's day two. What have you learned, and what is exciting for you to look forward to with the rest of the conference?
So I've got to tell you that one of the most exciting parts about being here at Missional Voices was totally unexpected. The speaker this morning, one of the speakers, Steve Lawler, was my high school chaplain in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So just that is so exciting to see Steve again. But besides that, seeing the energy in the room with this collected group of folk from across the church, thinking of innovative ministry, what you all have done in building up Missional Voices into this way of what are we going to do next?
Yeah.
What's next? I think that's where we're all at in the church. We're at the what's next question, and this is part of answering that question.
So where do you see CEEP with this kind of evangelism kind of movement that we've kind of seen take hold of the Episcopal Church with Bishop Curry's Jesus movement?
Right. We are a means to support the Jesus movement in the Episcopal Church. We are the way for the voice of our parishes to be heard loud and clear across the church. And I think that it's really an exciting moment for us to think of ways that we can be a channel for delivering that message to our parishes. How do we do innovative ministry? You all at Missional Voices, Evangelism Matters, the folks at Forma, all coming together with us through our conference and through the other things that we do to help deliver that content and the best practices, that's really where CEEP's future is.
And where is CEEP going to be next year?
We are in Boston in late February. Late
Nice,
February. I know, nice and chilly, but that means you get to stay inside for some really good learning and collaboration, and then go over to beautiful Trinity Church, Copley Square, which is our host parish.
And then I hear in 2020 you're going to be in the best state in the country.
Kentucky?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah, right. So we will be in Louisville, and we're
Wait, you got as a native Kentuckian, we got to teach you how to say Louisville. You got to swallow
Louisville.
He's got it. We got a couple of years.
Louisville, and then we go to the great state of Texas, down to Dallas.
Dallas. Okay.
So we're very excited about that, and we've got the next 3 years: Boston, Louisville. Did I get it? Close.
We'll get
okay,
there.
and Dallas planned out, and then we'll look for where next. And but more exciting for us as we get ready for these conferences is CEEP is at a moment when our board is determined to take the next step. What is our next strategic narrative? What is it that defines where CEEP will be? And we don't have the answers yet. We're just beginning that process of asking the question of what's next for us. And we will be engaging with folks like Missional Voices and with the church writ large, our members, our stakeholders, on what is it that we become when we grow up, as it were.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what that is. Yeah. Thank you for joining us here.
Thanks, Chris.
We're going to start in about 10 minutes with our normal programming. I don't see any questions online, and thank you for joining us here at Christ Church Cathedral in Indianapolis.
Thank you. Yeah, Chris, appreciate it.